Good morning, YouTube. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19 says this: A feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. And so today I wanted to talk to you about what it actually means when King Solomon says money answereth all things. Does money actually answer all things? And can we actually know the answer to that question? And so before I answer that question, just want to talk to you a little bit about the life of King Solomon. King Solomon, as many of you know, was the son of King David. And just shortly after King Solomon ascended to the throne, he had this one specific request for the Lord. His request was, Lord, I don't know how to lead these people. I am but a child in my own eyes. So this great nation needs a king, needs a leader with great wisdom. And so his request from the Lord, because God presented him an opportunity and said, ask me whatever it is you want. He said, Lord, my request is not for great riches or wealth or anything of that nature. Of course, I'm paraphrasing here, but he said, my desire, my request is give me the wisdom to lead your people and to serve your people and to follow you. And so God was very pleased with his request and says to him, I'm so glad that you asked for what you asked for. And so God grants him the request for wisdom and makes him the wisest man ever to have lived. But he also responds by saying, not only will I make you the wisest man ever to have lived, I'm going to make you the wealthiest man ever to have lived. And so it's interesting to know that it was not Solomon that brought up the idea of being wealthy or becoming wealthy. It was the Lord that responded, that gave him, that brought up this idea of wealth. And why is that important? Well, it's important because as followers of Christ, we need to be okay with and comfortable with the idea of wealth, with the idea of amassing wealth, attaining wealth, and having wealth. We need to be, or we need to get away from this idea that having money, acquiring money, is somehow evil, and that those who have a lot of it are somehow evil. Now, are there evil people with money? Absolutely, but money is not what makes people evil. There's this misnomer around the idea of money. There's still a lot of people who believe that money is the root of all evil. And that could not be further from the truth. Money is not the root of all evil. The scripture says that it is the love of money that is the root of all evil. You've heard me say that before. You'll hear me say that time and time again. And so, what does Solomon mean? What does King Solomon mean when he says to us that money answers all things? Well, one thing is important to know. I believe it's Myron Golden who says that if you're going to know what the word says, you have to know what the words say, right? And so, one literal translation of that particular scripture that was translated from the original language of Hebrew into what we have as the English language or the King James version or the NIV version, English Standard Version of the Bible. But the original language, one of the literal translations of that particular verse, again, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19, it says, A feast is made for laughter, and wine makes merry, but money answers all things. Right, the verse is a contrast uh, between the enjoyment that comes from feasting and drinking wine with the practical power of money. Right, the sentiment is that while feasting and wine brings temporary joy, right? Because I don't know if anybody understands this or knows this or not, but you can eat a whole lot and drink a whole lot and you might feel good in the moment, but after that food is worn off, after that alcohol is worn off, right, that joy that came from that moment is fleeting, it's gone. But money is an answer to all earthly issues, right? And when the scripture says all things, right, it's not talking about all spiritual things but all earthly things, right? Think about it. What earthly problem cannot be addressed with money? You'll be hard pressed to find that thing that cannot be addressed with money. And now, again, I'm not talking about love or those kinds of non-tangible, intangible things. I'm talking about practical life issues. If your tire goes flat, it requires money to get it fixed. Your car breaks down, money is required to get it fixed. some problem in your home, something breaks in the home and you need a plumber, money is required for all of those things. And so money is an important factor in life. Money touches every area of our practical lives. And so it is important that we understand wealth. It is important that we understand money. And King Solomon, in all of his wisdom and all of his wealth, had enough money to experience all the pleasures in life. And this is one of the things he came to the conclusion of. With all of the things he's experienced in life, he says to us that money is the answer to all of these things. And so, if that is the case, then it is incumbent upon us, it behooves us that we would actually do our best to manage our money appropriately, that we would do our best to have enough money to address the various issues that arise in our lives. And so money is an important aspect of life. That's what Solomon was saying to us. He wasn't saying that money is the most important thing ever, but at the end of the day, when it comes to natural things here on earth, money addresses all of those things. And so the answer to the question of what did Solomon mean is just that. Solomon says that money answered all things, that all earthly things can be addressed. All earthly problems can be, in most cases, I'm hard pressed to find very many that don't, but everything that arises in our natural lives, again, I'm stressing that for it's very important that we understand in our natural lives, money is the answer. Money is the answer. Think about what goes on when you have money. Think about how you're able to maneuver when you have enough money. Think about the things you're able to do, how you're able to provide for your children, how you're able to take vacation and get a breather, get away from all of the craziness, the rat race of life. Money is the answer. Is money the most important thing? Again, I say absolutely not. However, money is a very important aspect of our lives. And so I hope that helps you. I hope that encourages you to look deeper. If you're looking for more ideas on money and wealth and how to invest, I say look to the wisest man ever to have lived. All business principles, all investment principles, all money management skills can be found in some of Solomon, most of Solomon's writings. Go to the book of Proverbs. It is packed full of financial advice because, after all, it was an advice book that he wrote to his son. If you go to the beginning of the book of Proverbs, he says very clearly, my son, listen to my words. Listen to what I'm about to tell you, because these are the things that you will need to be successful in life. And of course, again, I'm paraphrasing there, but it is all found there. So does money answer all things? Absolutely, it does. Money answers every natural problem in your life. And so it is necessary, it is important for you to figure out, if you don't have enough money, what you need to do in order that you might have enough money and then some, so that you might be able to enjoy this life we have here on earth. I pray this helps you. If this blessed you, then please, by all means, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Have a good day. God bless. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, if your grass is green, there is no need to look on the other side.